Okay, here we are. Let's look at this terrain and do a little tutorial. Actually, let's forget there's terrain at all and let's start with the interface. Okay, let's start in the upper right. This is the turn marker, turn 1, 4000 BC. That's my local time. This is the Cyclopedia. A little question mark there. If you really want to find something in the Cyclopedia, just start typing it. Settler. Settler is a non-combat unit that can create new cities. It has no defensive capabilities, guys. It cannot defend itself. So, if you need to know something, go to the Cyclopedia. It's here. Hopefully I'll cover most things in the tutorial. And of course, this is the main menu. Up there. So let's go down to the lower right. And this is, I guess you could call this the end turn button, but it's multifunctional. As you can see now, it says unit needs orders. That's that guy and that guy. They both need orders. Two of them. We won't end turn until the other stuff is done here. Okay. This is the unit card. Basically information about the unit you currently have selected. You can see it's got a circle around it to show that it's currently selected. This other blue line is where this unit could move in one turn, or the limits of its movement. Okay, so what does all this down here mean? Okay, well, let's start with the name, Settler, and you could pop this list up to see. I also have a warrior here. Okay, this is its movement. It has 2 movement points out of 2. Okay, this green part is its health. Okay, it has 100 to 100 health, and this is an availability guide as to water. Okay, and I will demonstrate this by going over here and turning on this lens. I'll talk more about this in a second. That is water. Okay, that's fresh water, no water, and I don't have any light green, which would be coastal water. And, well, the red is you can't build there. Basically, a guide to where you could build a city. Okay, you want fresh water. Okay, you don't want red because you can't build there at all. No water or coastal water. You can live with coastal water. Don't try to do no water. Okay. Fresh water gives you +3 housing. Coastal water gives you +1 housing. You really need to get on fresh water if it's absolutely possible. If not, try to be within 2 tiles of a mountain. For example, 1, 2. I'm 2 tiles from this mountain. If I didn't have fresh water, I could build an aqueduct to the mountain. So if that river wasn't there, I could build an aqueduct to the mountain and get fresh water. Okay. It also works with oases and lakes, but not with ocean. Ocean water is a little salty, you know. Alright, so that's the movement card part of it. And what are these? These are commands that you can give the unit. Okay. First one is sleep, which will put the unit to sleep. Skip this turn. Move to. And this little bar here is showing how many turns it would take me to move to where this horse's resource is. Okay, so I can move here in 1 turn. That's what the 1 in there means. I can move there in 2. I can move over there in 3 turns. Assuming that's not the middle of the ocean because I haven't explored there. I'm going to point back here and left click. That will turn off the movement thing. This is a special ability of this unit, and it is found a city. That's a settler. If you take a look at it, it's some guys carrying some baskets. What's he gotta get? A camel? Nah, it's a donkey or an ass. All right, so that's their job to make a new city. Okay, why there's no women, we're not going to talk about it. This little button here opens up additional orders that you really don't want hanging out to accidentally click on, even though it'll ask for a verification if you do try to delete the unit. Don't delete your settlers. Bad idea. You didn't need me to tell you that, though. Alright, so this is a melee unit. The warrior. Bunch of guys with hammers. Looks like they got hammers. Okay. Like makeshift hammers. Don't really look like axes, do they? Alright, so he has a different set of commands. He's got an alert command, which will have him sit there until an enemy gets within his line of sight. The fortify command, I'm going to cancel his orders. Fortify command, he has a skip turn command, but it's buggy. When I told him to do that, it's gone now. He also has a different hidden command, which is automate exploration. Okay, you can do that if you're lazy. I prefer to manually explore. So, that's that. There will be different commands for different units down here, and of course, different things here. Plus, there's a combat card that comes down here too. Let's move over to the mini-map, and the mini-map is exactly what you think it would be. It is a mini-map. Okay. Why am I seeing that little spot? Alright, so the mini-map in and of itself isn't that interesting. You can use it for moving around. But that in and of itself is fairly simple stuff. This is more important. For example, the settler view, which shows the fresh water where you can colonize, where you can't. Okay. Also, things like appeal. These are cool tiles. Green is really good. You know, I don't know what yellow is. Oh, very uninviting, it says. Why is that uninviting? I don't know. Probably because it's right next to the jungle. This red tile here. Is disgusting for some reason. This will show different continents if you see different continents within your view. This will show religions, of which there are none right now. Government types, of which there are none. No political views or tourism, because we don't have any of that yet. Okay, next. Map options. Grid. It's a hex grid. You can see the lines disappearing and coming back on as I toggle this. Okay, I'm going to leave the grid on. This is a tutorial after all. And these are resource icons. What are resources? There are 3 different types of resources. First type is bonus resource. That basically is a resource in a tile, which is one of these little hexes is a tile, that gives you a bonus if you put an improvement on it to get that bonus. Okay, for example, stone, okay, is going to give you a production bonus. Okay, this is cattle. Okay, you're going to get production and food bonus from putting a pasture here. Okay, this is bananas. You can put a plantation here, but this is in a rainforest style. And I'm going to go through the tile types in a minute. I'm just talking about resources. Now, we do have just bonus, luxury. Okay? What's the difference between a bonus and a luxury? Well, a luxury gives you amenities amenities keep your people happy. Okay, so you want to keep your people happy by getting as many luxuries as you can. If you get duplicates of the same luxury, then you trade it off to another civilization to get a unique luxury, which helps your happiness. Each luxury really only covers 4 cities, so sometimes you're going to need duplicates to be keeping your guys happy. If you got 8 cities, then you probably want 2 cocoa. Okay, right now, with only 1 city we're going to have in a minute, 1 cocoa is going to make my people happy. Okay, or we should call it our people, because we'll consider you as a silent advisor. All right, so, and the last type of resource is a strategic resource. Okay, and that's what a horses is. Okay, it's necessary for building certain military units. Okay, the first military unit that you will use horsemen for is the horseman unit. You use horses for the horseman unit. Okay, and the number of horses you need depends on whether you have an encampment or not. Without having a special military base just to build military units, you will need 2 horses in order to build a horseman unit. If you do have that encampment, military base, you will only need 1 horse to build in that city where you have the encampment. Encampment doesn't cover your entire empire. Okay? And the same goes for things like iron, which you need for swordsmen. So you always really want to hook up 2 strategic resources at least, if not more, because somebody could come and pillage you and find out, oh, I'm under attack, I can't make horses because I only got 1, don't have an encampment. You know, strategic resources, the more the better. Okay? So keep that in mind. In fact, when you're laying down your cities, think strategic resource, great. Luxury, good. Bonus, eh. Okay. When you're laying out your cities, think, let me do that again. Water, yay! Horses, great. Cocoa, good. Bonus resources, okay, good. All right. So really choosing what resources are near your city is important, and water is number 1. Number 1. Many men have lived without love, not one without water. Okay. All right, so let me go into terrain, since I'm trying to keep this as a very basic tutorial, and I have a lot of different terrains right here. Okay. In some cases, it's hard to see what's going on, but we're going to point at them and it will pop up. All right, so if you point at a square or a tile, you will get a little pop-up. Right now, my settler is sitting on a plains tile that has rainforest on it. Okay. That's next to a river. The movement cost of this tile is 2. The defense modifier is 3. The appeal is breathtaking, a whopping 5. The continent is Kalahari, and the tile produces yield 2 food and 1 production. So now we're done with that yield. These other 2 things I'll talk about as they come up. So that's only 1 type of tile. Let's see what this cattle's sitting on. It's sitting on grassland. Okay. It has a bonus resource of cattle, which requires animal husbandry in order to take advantage of and build a pasture. It has a movement cost of 1. It has an appeal of average or 0. And same continent. And it gives you a food of 3. Okay. This is also grassland, except it has a bonus resource of stone, movement of 1, appeal average 0, and production of 1, food of 2. So let's find a terrain that's different. Well, here's some woods. Okay, that's a plains tile. Has woods on it. Woods make it a movement cost of 2. So, as we learned, rainforest, movement cost, woods, movement cost. Okay. I'm looking for a hill. Here's a hill. Plains, hills, rainforest. Okay. And this one has a movement cost of 3. Okay. This tile right next to it doesn't have hills on it. It's got a movement cost of 2. Alright. Alright. Hills can be mined. Grassland cannot be mined. Unless you're building something like a quarry on a stone. Or, you know, a mine on iron or something like that. But you cannot just put a mine on a grassland. Okay. What else is there to say about terrain? This is a mountain. It's impassable. You can't go through it. Okay. Can't climb it. That's about it. Okay. You want mountains close to you because they're pretty. Yeah. You people like that. Alright. So that's about the overview of tiles. Okay. We'll get into more different types of tiles when we see them. Okay. I'll try to point them out. Let's go up to the upper left here and see what we got going on. This is basically, you know, your whole civilization's area, okay? Whereas this is about units, except for the turn button, you know, the little unit card down here. This is about the map. This is about your civilization. And this will tell you how much science you got going, culture, faith, which is a unit of currency used for purchasing religious type things. Gold, which is a unit of currency used for purchasing non-religious type things. You've got an envoy meter here, and right now I have 0 envoys. I'm earning an envoy every 100 influence points. I have 0 influence points per turn. Yep, not getting a lot of influence going on. And a report screen, which pretty much is empty now because we have no cities, which basically shows you what's going on in your cities.